thanks for joining me to color. Today we're going to be working on this adorable Stampin' Bella image called Garden Girl Poppy. Isn't she cute? Love her. There's a whole bunch of these new garden girls that Stampin' Bella has put out. I love them. They're so adorable. I will put a link down in the description box of the card kit and all the supplies I used. I would love for you to come shopping with me. If you have a question, leave me a comment and I'll make sure to get back to you. Otherwise, I have already stamped my image on Neenah 80-pound Solar White cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So let's color. Alright, so let's start out by giving our girl a quick outline. For that, I'm going to use C0. And I like to do this so that she has a little bit of a shadow around her so she doesn't look quite so flat. And I like to do it first so that I don't have to worry about touching any colors I've already colored on and dragging them out into my background, or if I get some on her, I can quickly erase it with my colorless blender. Makes it quick. There's got a little bit of space right here between her face, so I'll color that. And we're just going to go all the way around and back down to her feet. And I don't usually worry about how wide the line is or how skinny it is. I just go around. And back down to her foot. I'm just going to go all the way around for right now. Next, let's do her skin. For that, we're going to use E112100, and for her cheeks, I'm going to use E93. I'm going to start out on her arms with my E11. So let's do right next to her sleeve and down the back of her arm. And then for this hand, let's go right down here and then up the back of her arm. And then I want to add E21. And I touch down on top of my E11 and I pull out into my white area. And then I fill that in with my E00. And my pop up here and we'll do her neck and her face. So again, I'm going to start with my E11. Her neck, let's do up here, and I'm going to go along her collar up here and around to this little flower. And then for her face, let's do under her bangs and around a little bit on the bottom of her cheek there. Then we're going to add E21. Go ahead and fill that in up there. It's kind of small. And then down here for her face. Then I'm going to add E000. Then I'm going to give her a little bit of cheek color, so let's do E93 for that. And I try to keep her cheeks out on the other side of her eye. Use her eye as a guide and use this section over here more for cheeks. Then we're going to give it a second coat of E21. And then a second coat of our E00. I kind of used up some of that pink, so I'm going to add another coat of E93. For her hair, I'm going to use E47, 44, and 43. I'm going to start with my E47. And let's start over here. Give it a couple of swipes there. And then over here, she's got some little wrinkles in her hair, so let's use those to add some little bit longer lines. Then I want to add E44. And then we'll fill it in with our E43. And I'm going to go back with my E47 and just add a little bit more of that dark back in. Next, I'm going to do the leaves and the stem of my flower she's holding. For that, we're going to use YG 67, 17, and 03. We're going to start with YG 67. Let's start up here at the top. So I'm going to go right along the edge here, and there's some lines already on the leaf that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use those, then I'll come down here. And then down here, she's got a leaf down here. Then we want to add YG 17. I'm going right over the top of those lines that I drew last time. And let's bring this down here past her cheek. Like that. And then we're going to fill it in with our YG03. Next, let's do the alternate stripes on her shirt, her socks, and the ground. For that, we're going to use W2 and 0. I'm going to start with my W2. And let's do this little shirt she's got here first. So I'm going to do the second stripe as the alternate stripe. And then right above this little bow. And then I'm going to fill it in with my W0. Then we'll pop down here and we will do her socks. So again, I'm going to start with W2. And I'm going to pick a stripe. And let's do from the inside of her legs is the darkest spot. And then we're going to fill it in with our W0. Nothing too fancy. And then I'm going to use these colors also to do the ground. So I'm going to paint her shoes red and I don't want to touch it. So we're going to do W2 first. I'm going to kind of go at a diagonal this time. So let's go about here. Like this. Oops, painted her shoe. Good thing we're going to paint those red. We won't see that. Then I'm going to go over that with my W0. Then I'm going to attach more of my W2. Next, we're going to do the alternate stripes on her shirt, her socks, and that huge bow. So we're going to do those with W9, 7, and 5. And we're going to start with W9. And let's start up here on her shirt. So let's do up here. And we got this one. I'm going to come over the top of her sleeve here and color this in. That. And then I'm going to hop down here and do her socks. So we're just going to do the alternate stripes down here. And I fill this little dinky one in. Then I'm going to add W7. I'm going to fill that top one in. And then we got our shirt. I'm going to bring this color down here past my flower stem. And then we're going to fill those in with our W5. Right about now I start going cross-eyed from trying to stay on the line. And then we'll go up here and we will do this bow on her dress or on her skirt. So I'm going to start with my W9. Let's see, let's do right next to her arm. I'm going to fill this section right here in. That's kind of dinky. And over here we're going to go right next to her arm. And I'm going to give my bow a wrinkle. So let's do right here, and a little bit along the seam. And then she's got the bow back here. We're going to add W7. And then we're going to go over those two with our W5. And I'm going to come back with my W9 and just put a couple little lines in there. So like on my bow over here, I'm going to put my little creases back in. And then there's a couple of little lines on this. Let's do a line here, there, this little curve. Just give it a little bit of shadow in there. Let's do the center of these flowers right here. I should have done those when I done the hair. So we're going to use 47, E47, 44, and 43. I'm going to do E47 first. And I'm just going to give each little half a oval a little dab of color. And I'm going to add a dab of E44. And then I'm going to swirl over those two with my E43. Alright, so that leaves us with the red. So for that we're going to use our 39, 37, 08, 22, and 21. And we're going to start up here with our 39. And I'm going to start up here at this top flower. So let's do right along the edge of this top section. And then along the edge over here. And then let's see, this one's kind of down and behind, so let's kind of go like this a little bit. And then where this one goes underneath, let's add some. And here's underneath. And then where it's underneath on this section, oops, let's do a little bit right here. And let's see, oh, this one's behind, and then this one's going over underneath of it, so let's do that. And then right here, where this one's folded over, let's do the underside. This one's poking out. And for this bigger petal, I think I'll bring this out just a little bit like this. That. And then I'm going to add R37. So we're just going to touch down on top of our R39 and pull up a little bit, adding some more color. This bigger one. Then we're going to add R08. And these ones that are kind of dinky, I'm going to fill them in. And then we're going to do R22. And then we'll go over all that color and add R21 to fill it in. And let's hop down here and we'll do the one in her hair. So again, we're going to start with our R39. And let's see, where do we want some shadows? How about where all the petals are touching another petal? So let's do right here, right here. And this one's got to fold over, so I want to do it in behind that. And this little section right here is folded over. And here's one that's curled up. Okay, that looks pretty good. Then I'm going to add R37. So again, we just want to add a little bit on the edge of our R39. I'm going to fill this little section here in. Then we're going to add our 8. Then I'm going to add our 22. And then we're going to go over all of that with our R21 and fill it in. And let's hop down here and we'll do our skirt. So again, grab your R39. And let's see, let's start over here. And this one has a couple of little lines, so I'm going to go down those like this. And then I want to go next to this leaf. And around this little section that's curved up. And this one's touching this one, so let's go down this way. And around our leaf again. Careful, try not to color her arm. Okay, then we'll add R37. Then I'm going to add R08. Even though I colored these in, I'm going to go over it with this because it's got kind of a little bit of an orangish cast to it. And then I'm going to add R22. And then I'm going to go over all of that and fill in those little bits of white with my R21. Then we'll hop down here and finish our shoes. So we've got R39. I'm going to do a little dab here on the edge and in the center. And then let's come around the bottom. Then we'll add a little dab of our R37. And then I'm going to fill it in with my R08. So there is our Garden Girl Poppy all colored up. Didn't she turn out cute? I love her. Then here again is my finished card. So my finished card, I added some Spica Clear glitter pen to her hair and to this leaf and stem to make some sparkles. She's popped up off the front of the card, the little heart borders popped up, and then the little sentiment is popped up. And the sentiment is from the Stampin' Bella Garden Girls Flower Sentiment Set. You do not get that stamp set in your card kit. You get this one sentiment stamped on a piece of rectangle cardstock that you can cut out like I fussy cut mine out if you want it to look like that. The little drops here are Crystal Nouveau Crystal Drops, what color? Black Ebony. So I put those on after I had it all together and then let them dry. They're really fun. So I hope you had fun coloring with me today. If you have a question, leave me a comment and I'll make sure to get back to you. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.